We have Lauren Rodick-Eberly back with us this week, talking with some more tips to help with busy lifestyles, with families, and trying to make the best of being a parent. So, Lauren, thank you so much for joining me once again today.
Thanks for having me again.
Lauren, this time we're going to be talking about certain products and the terms natural versus sustainable. I know that people are often trying to do their best, and whether it be clothing or products for your body or whatever it happens to be, to find natural and sustainable sources. So, where do you start with something like this, especially as a busy family? You've got a couple of kids, you're trying to do your best. Like I said, where's a good place to start?
Yeah, it does get really complicated because I think when you think of natural, you think of things that you're putting on or in your body. So makeup, hair products, lotions, that kind of thing. But it even starts to come down to the bed you're sleeping on and the pillow you're sleeping on and the air fresheners and cleaning supplies and all of that. So it can start to feel like a lot. So what I say to people if they're wanting to start on this journey is just start with one thing and start with the thing that you need in your house next. So you don't have to throw everything away, but let's say you're running out of hair shampoo. Maybe that's the item that you research, and then you can gradually go down the rabbit hole of naturalizing up your life. I love the Environmental Working Group, EWG. So you can just Google that and you can type in almost any product and they will give you a breakdown of everything that's in that product and the good and the bad about it. So it kind of also helps you learn a little bit what you should be looking for in different products, but it's also hard because some products don't tell you every ingredient. So they do a little bit of that work for you. I will mention, and I might even mention again later, but there are some amazing accounts, Instagram and website wise, that you can check out because again, as a busy parent that's trying to learn all this, they do a lot of the work for you, which is so nice. So there's I Read Labels for You, In, On, Around, Three Little Plums, and Dr. Anna Marie Temple. And again, all of those have courses and ebooks. So if you want to support them, you can do that and find out even more, but they give a lot of free resources as well.
And Lauren, how important is it to do some research on this? Because I'm betting just by looking at a lot of food labels and labels on products that there may be some terminology that may lead you to think that some of these things are natural or sustainable, and in fact, they're not.
Absolutely. Marketing is very confusing. And even sometimes I'll find a product and it will be good. And then a year later, you find out something else or we're learning more and then it's not good anymore. So it's a continuous learning process. So it is really good to put in some research. I can also mention Think Dirty is an app. I don't love it as much as Environmental Working Group, to be honest, but it is just a quick way. You download the app, you type in a product, and you can learn a little bit more about it too. And all of these give ratings from like 1 to 10. So you can say, okay, I am only comfortable going to a 1, or you can be a person that's saying, okay, I'm just starting this journey. I'll start with products that maybe go down to a 4 or 5 or something like that. But also, if you can shop local or small business, those are often a lot more transparent. And if you go on their website and you go to the About Me section, you can often find out a lot more from that. So even putting in a little bit of research that way is really helpful.
Lauren, why is it so important to you to be on this journey? Having two kids and often having to move to different cities and depending on what's happening in your life, but why is this such a big thing for you?
Well, I've always been a little bit naturally minded in that regard. But when it came to getting pregnant and having my kids, I started to go down the rabbit hole more because it really impacts our whole self. Like sometimes you don't even realize that your gut and your health and how you're feeling and all of that is because of all of these things around us. And so, like I said, once you go down the rabbit hole, you start to realize, okay, well, I want to feel good and I want my family to feel good. And like you're saying, once as we're moving places, it's like, how do I make the environment of this new rental home as clean and natural and safe as possible? And then I don't know if we're still talking about sustainability too, but I also want to make sure that from a sustainable standpoint, that I'm supporting the earth and the people that are making these things, because I feel like they all deserve to make good wages as well. So if we can vote with our dollars, that's the way to go.
All right, Lauren. Well, thank you so much for joining us once again. We really appreciate your advice. And can you just throw the information for your website and your social media again one more time, please?
Absolutely. And I will say I have some expert interviews up on my website too. So I have a whole one about sustainability from a local small business that does a ton on that. And she lets you know what websites to look at if you want to go sustainable clothing, and lots health wise. So check out the experts interview section, because don't just take it from me, take it from the people that are putting all the energy into that. But it's laurenrodickeverly.com, and all my social media channels are also Lauren Rodick Everly.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us once again.